Hi, my name is Grace Farley. I am a senior, class of 2017, and this summer I worked with Professor Rachel Mers from the biology department on a project entitled "Two photosynthetic symbionts differentially control light response behavior in a clonal sea anemone." We worked with a sea anemone, Anthopleura elegantissima, and it's interesting because it has two different types of symbionts. And these symbionts are easy to tell because they actually influence the color of the anemone. The green anemones are more light sensitive and are found lower in the intertidal zone in shadier places than the brown anemones. And so there's this aspect of light response because of symbiont type. And all of these anemones also do this behavior where they cover themselves in pebbles, in little rocks, in pieces of shell. And previous literature has speculated that this is a form of sunscreen. It protects them from overexposure to sunlight. So there's this interesting aspect of light exposure in both the symbiont type and this behavior. So what we wanted to look at was if there's a relationship between the two. So we hypothesized that these green anemones, the more light-sensitive ones, would put more particles on themselves. And what we found was that there is a relationship between symbiont type and this decorating behavior. It wasn't quite as clear-cut as we thought. The green anemones do cover themselves more when exposed to sunlight than in darkness, but the brown ones kind of ubiquitously cover themselves regardless of light exposure. So that involves a little bit more study, but it was an interesting result. And I learned a lot from this experience. It was really the first time that I got to take the reins on an experiment and design it and execute it. I had a lot of help from my advisor, but it was really driven by my questions, and so that was really exciting and new for me. And I would really like to thank the Panaphil Foundation and the Francis Velay Scholarship for making this all possible.